Hello, everyone. Hope you're keeping well. So, today is episode 4 for our live stream, and we have some question and answers of the people who wants to ask me some questions or share their own thoughts, and wants basically to know what my thoughts are regarding the question they ask. All right. So, the first thing first, I think this week is hectic. We see things happening around the world, and people are asking, are we heading to a sort kind of craziness of all those wars in the world, which will affect everyone, directly or indirectly, and what to do about it? There's no concrete answer. Like I said, this is my opinion that I want to share with you during all these live streams. Basically sharing my thoughts on it. My first shout goes to Jamie. He is an amazing guy. Like I said, this microphone, he suggested me to buy this one because it's quite good quality. So I'm testing it out, and maybe the settings, etc., is not so good, but I hope it is. And if not, just let me know. All right. First thing first. That is on the good note of life. Um, I think I do want to share with you about like last time I hammer on why we all need to voice out. Everyone has a microphone nowadays, either YouTube or other social media, and you have to speak out if you think that something is wrong, either with your country, with your world, or if you have any questions or doubts. And most of the people are run into Google, my generation. This generation run to ChatGPT or DeepSeek or other AI tools, which is also good. But the problem is algorithm. What it means is that it really study your behavior about what the things you look at, what the things you search, etc., and it will suggest you maybe a product or service, which is not good or bad. It's just that I want to make sure that everyone knows what is behind it. It's not a human behind it; it's an algorithm. And one of the famous guys said correctly that the AI or robots they have chips. Okay, meaning that they memorize the history, the data, and they suggest their own solution. Just don't take it too seriously because we still need to have a human to human connection, meaning that we humans have heart so that we understand each other. So if there's something wrong with you, of course you can look it up, but the best thing if it's concerning your health, look up to your doctor or someone more in the health sector so that you understand the truth behind it, because not everything is accurate when it comes to technology. Okay. Um, I want to talk to you also today about phone. Maybe I have to jot down some of the things because one person was asking me if I can put in the description of the subject topics that I discuss in each episode. I'll try my best and I'll put it down in the description so that you can look back what we have discussed. Okay, so I just talked to you about when it comes to AI or technology, nowadays the technology. Trust your instinct, and also especially find a professional. Okay, because like I said, AI has a chip and humans has heart. Okay, the other things that I want to talk about very importantly is your phone. I have put a video on it before, but maybe it's better for me also to raise it up here. The reason is because I think it's very important. I have seen also in the past week increasingly that people eventually uh, are addicted and it's a very bad disease. It seems harmless, but in the end of the day, it's quite harmful. The reason is because we can't sit still doing anything. We have to constantly check on, maybe your work, maybe some other social media, or maybe games or news or whatever. But the problem is that many research already have found out that the blue screen it's hurting people's eyes. Number one. Number two, the information, like I said in the beginning, what you get is all information bubble. What does it mean? Is that it feeds on your behavior. And like if you look at the videos on YouTube or other social media, it feed on the same thing that you're searching for. And that is one side fun because then you don't need to go and search one by one. But on this other side of it, it is very sad because if people listen too much about those the things that's going on that's negative, then eventually they get too much negativity in their mind, in their feeds as well. Same goes to your mind. And all of us, that's the reason why I was thinking to start a channel, is to put some entertainment in it so that people have fun, so that there is no only depression in life. Don't look at it as a one side of the world. That, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just one out of 8 billion people. So who the hell cares, right? Yes, we do. Like I said, we all are connected in one sense or another. We drink from the same source, water, for example, and we breathe the same air. So all of us are connected, directly or indirectly. And it's a ripple effect. And sometimes you see that the so-called good guys want to help the world by killing all those so-called bad guys. Eventually, it's not good because too much of a good thing is a bad thing. It's a saying, and it's really true. So we must make sure that we understand that we have to manage, instead of the killing and those very bad thing happening in the world. So what I want to say is that all of us has to the responsibility to voice out if something you disagree, but also to take responsibility that not everyone is perfect. If you want to live in a perfect world, doesn't mean you have to get rid of all those so-called that you think are bad people. There's no such good or bad people. There's thinking make it so. So meaning that we all are one person, one people, and yeah, we have to live and let live, and not to be thinking that the other people are doing the right thing and not. So good versus evil. It's very difficult that people think that they are trying to do. All right. Um, Another thing that I think is good to talk about is the good things of life as well, because when you put down your phone, that means that your mind is clear, that you have more of a empty of your mind. Maybe you just when you go out for a half hour or an hour for any sports that you do, just don't take your phone with you. I know some people say I need to listen to my favorite music or my favorite podcast or anything else. And yeah, it's good, but in a sense of you're not really there anymore, because then people say that I'm in the zone, right? Uh, yes and no. I prefer you not to put it because, like I said, it's my opinion. Everything I'm saying in this life and also in my videos. But I do think it does help that you will hear something you never heard before, because your inner voice, which is a still voice within all of us, is trying always to tell us something, and we always are too busy seeing something else, hearing something else without having a second thought, because our mind is that always occupied by the music or the news or the podcast or whatever things you put in your ear. All right. So when you go out there, you have to be there, whatever you're doing. If you are going to jog, then you have to jog. If you are going to run, then you run. If you are going to swim, then you swim. Of course, swimming, they, luckily, we don't put any phone. But still, people directly or indirectly, you know, put their phone in a plastic bag and then go swimming with it. Why? You know, it's crazy, right? Anyway, so that's the reason why I think all of us has to have a human connection again. And the human connection is not to always watch your phone, even though you're waiting in a subway or a bus or an airplane or anything else. Yeah, because once you look at someone else's eyes, even though it's just a click like this or like that, then that's the human connection we all need. And this is how we are all connected. And the disconnect is because all of us are watching like this every time on the phone, scrolling and doing something that we think we're doing from morning till night. Okay. All right. So that's about the phone. I think it's a long story about the phone, but maybe I'll try to share with you about how to look into the phone stuff. Um, yeah, but that's my take. Another thing that I want to share with you, I think in my previous videos that I'm still trying to make, is basically the connection to your basically the grounding. So what I think it's my second video. Yeah. Anyway, so grounding is very important. It's connecting to nature again. And most of us like the videos nowadays. You can see on YouTube, a lot of them are making a lot of videos with the background of a nature. Okay, and that's good. One part is they're also trying to earn their money, of course. I don't really care, but that's their job. Then grounding. Grounding, it's very interesting because every day, like I said in my video, we always wear our shoes or our slipper, and in the morning we wake up, in the afternoon, and then we go back to bed. The same thing. So we are not connecting to the universe. You don't need to be connected by universe only by meditation or going out for a 1 or 2 weeks on top of the mountain, which some people do. But all of us are too busy. But what I mean is that grounding, you can look up in one of my videos, is basically that you connect yourself literally with the universe, meaning that you don't wear those slipper or shoes anymore. Or not anymore. Most of the time, let's say 1 hour a day, if you can, just walk in the back in your garden, or if you don't have a garden, like most of the big cities, in the park. And if you're afraid of the park because of those, the things in the on the ground that is unsafe, glasses or other point stuff, then go to the beach, if you can. If you still can't go to the beach, then you have to find somewhere where literally you can step on grass or dirt or anything, so that you are basically inflaming your mind. Okay, I'm not a doctor on this part, but you can look it up. Please, there's a lot of products and services that people will suggest, of course. But I will say, just do it naturally. You don't need to. Of course, if you want to, you can purchase all those the things that they nowadays sell online. Some of them also are now advertising about a bed mattress or anything that is connected to nature and grounding. I don't buy it, by the way. I'm not being sponsored, even though I'm being sponsored by those company. I think it will work for certain people, but I will say we are all human nature. Just connect yourself with the nature itself. You don't need to buy those expensive stuff. All right, good. I think today I will keep it short because I think most of the people are too busy. Like I said, it's Friday, and some people are tuning in and also trying to listen later to rehearse this. Yeah, this video. Okay, let me go to another topic of today, and I close it with that. What's in it today? So if you look at the global news, um, yeah. All right. So, okay, if you look at the news, depending on where you are, of course, then the city will pop up on your news feed. I'll try to look into the one that maybe is now on the news that currently is bugging a lot of people's mind, which is, of course, the Strait of Hormuz, Iran war. So there is a lot of news that you can take a look, and I will give you my opinion about what I think that is happening, and also where what the thing that people should be preparing themselves for. All of us think that another part of the world is happening. Things are happening. It doesn't matter which your country or your city. It does. Like I said, we are all connected. And whether we like it or not, we are indirectly affected. And how can you get yourself prepared? Mentally, of course, you will say you cannot do anything about it because you're one in a 8 billion people. We as human nature, we have evolved so far. We don't want to go back to the Stone Age. So what recently being said in the news is very horrific, and by the people will not say then his name, but I say we should say it. Is Trump. It's very stupid, to be honest. Why on earth are you going to say you're going to, kill a civilization? This is insane. Okay, we have to voice out. We cannot keep quiet about being afraid, because once you are afraid, then the bully will always bully you. We cannot let it happen. All of us are equal under the Almighty. Whatever belief you are, I don't care. All religions are good. There is no religion that's preaching bad stuff. So, what can we do about it as a human species? Number one, we should voice out the thing that is wrong, regardless which leader is in the world. And we have to voice out, because we as humans are so coming so far. We don't want to go back and repeat the horrific, centuries of murder and all those other stuff. So number two, we as human beings have to prevent that, because in this nuclear age, one stupid person can, decimate the whole. Like he said, we cannot let be fear let him. I don't care about when people say about, oh, we shouldn't talk about politics, but what we do need to say is that civilization has come so far, and we cannot repeat the wrongs that have been done to all of us. We cannot go back to that kind of behavior. We have to go back to the sanity. Number three, we have to try to find a way, either whatever you're doing, even though it's one person being affected, that you tell the person that what you think about, because then the thinking, the thoughts will travel to where it belongs. So whatever things has to be done, it will be done. That's why I like about the saying that all of us are one. And how to do that is to voice out the things that we disagree. Not only loving the people that always agree with us, because we have to try the way to find a way to manage and evolve together. Not that one person has to dictate everything in the world. We need to voice out what we think as a collective human species, because like I said in my previous video, that in we are now in one ship with different cabinet. If one cabinet is like one country is burning, the whole ship will fall down. The same way goes to this earth. We are all connected one way or another, and we cannot let evil take over this earth for our kids or our grandkids, and even for ourselves. Even though you don't have kids or grandkids, it doesn't matter. For your better future, we are all connected. We have to find a way about how can you, as a you so-called small potato, but you're not small at all, to voice out and to make sure that your voice has been heard, and not be afraid to to speak up for what is right and not who is right. Because, like I said, not the color of your skin, the things that you believe in, the religion, or whatever discriminate against us. Like I said, all of us are one person, but we happen to be in different kind of bodies, and we happen to be in different kind of countries. But eventually, we all, like I said, breathe the same air, drink the same water, and also all of us have this kind of dream. All right. So don't think that you don't matter. You do matter. And whatever you do, you have to find a way that can sustain yourself, of course, first, economically, spiritually, not to be bankrupt, not to be thinking, okay, this is another religion or another a race, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't have family or friends or whatever in the other countries, so it doesn't matter to you. It does, because, like I said, we are all connected. What happened to the Strait of Hormuz, whatever, you can see that it has impact around the world, especially here in Asia, because we are here in the global south, in Asia also, more than 4 billion people. You can Google it, and you can see that, yeah, more than 50% of the population at least lived in this continent called Asia. All right. So all in all, it's not only about the price that's being affected, but we cannot be morally bankrupt by keeping silence, by thinking that it doesn't matter. We all are one human being. Like Michael Jackson, the legendary, it was right after all that we are the world, and we are the children, and let's make a better world out of it, because eventually it is a better world. It's a beautiful world if we all work together. Don't let the greed or ego or envy and hatred take over the world. All right. So thank you so much for today's your time, and let's get back next week. Hope to see you. Bye. Have a nice weekend.